I am.
Hey, Nicole.
Hi, Kari. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing today?
Happy wind down.
Yes, happy wind down.
It has been a day. It has been a day.
Uh-oh. What's new in your world?
Nothing too serious. My son did find the mud puddle again, but not as bad as yesterday. And I figured out that the magic eraser is awesome because I can take my kids' shoes and I can use that magic eraser to scrub out the mud.
Oh, magic eraser's wonderful.
Isn't it amazing? Yeah, I keep finding new and interesting ways to use it. So I was pretty stoked about that. But you know what I'm really excited about?
What?
We have a guest with us today.
We do have a guest today.
Yeah. And the guest is from my gym. And I don't think I've ever been able to say my gym. I don't think I've ever had a gym that is my gym before. It's like a first time. Because I'm not a worker-outer, right?
Yeah, oh, me neither. I did actually do some personal training at Sozo Personal Fitness before the Family Fitness one opened. So I have exercised with them in the past, not currently, but I have in the past.
I can actually say I'm a current worker-outer. Like, I consistently make an attempt to be in the gym, and I take a spin class.
Oh my gosh, you do a spin class?
I do, and it's hilarious because
I can't even. I tried that one time. Yeah, no.
Well, okay, so here's the thing. There is a period of time, and I'm sure Beau will confirm this when we bring him on, but there's a period of time that you have to get used to it, right? Your body, a certain area of your body has to adjust to the equipment that it is on. That was the hardest part for me. I was like, I am literally being broken in half, and I'm dying. And basically, Camber and Rose both told me to get over it and sent me very encouraging text messages, which was like, you're going to go. Just get up the next morning and make it, and you'll be fine. We added in some yoga in between, and it worked out just fine. Now, I'm going to have to get reaccustomed to said equipment when we get back. You'll have to hold me accountable when we return to norm. But I'm really excited because they're going to tell us some of the cool things that Sozo's got going on, right?
I think so. Let me see if I can pull Beau out of the green room. And,
all right, he's in our green room. Let's bring him out.
Hold on one quick second.
We don't have to adjust my camera angle, too, because I know normally when we do the 3-screen,
I got a new 3-screen thing I'm doing today.
Yes.
Fancy.
Oh, so welcome, Beau, to our show. You are on.
What's up, ladies?
You are on live.
Tara just laughed at me, literally laughed, and then said, you weren't dying. So clearly my over dramaticness was not appreciated. Kara's like, no, you're fine. You're not dying. But I did think I'm just telling non-worker-outer people.
Non-worker-outer people.
Yeah.
It just takes a little bit to get used to it, and then you'll be fine. Then you'll see.
Awesome.
Yeah, and you're right. And that area of your body is definitely the number one thing that people say they have to become accustomed to, which does take some time. So if you can push through that, though, you're golden.
Exactly. It just takes a couple days. You just have to get used to it, and then you're good to go. So, yeah.
Exactly.
And I'm sure everyone right now, with the situation that we're in, with people being forced to stay at home, exercise is kind of probably taking a back seat.
It is. Unfortunately, it is, which is weird because, before this we all kind of sat around a lot already.
Right.
So now we sit around even more. So it's interesting that it's kind of taking a back seat because I think now more than ever, we need to be extremely intentional to get moving and bring our family members into it as well. Like, we've done a lot of great things at Sozo that we'll get into in just a moment, but moving right now is actually probably the most important thing that you can do. So,
and that's why we have you on the show today, to make sure that we let people know that, because we're trying to inform everybody on what's going on and what's the best things to do. So
And you're not kidding. Like, it is so easy to get sort of like, I'm in pajamas all day. I'm trying to work. I'm trying to homeschool. You know, like I'm not thinking about I have to be moving, or the fact that the very lack of moving, just the nature of going to work, of going to get something to eat, you know, that is exercise in and of itself. So you actually have to be very intentional, and you have to carve out time, right? But you guys are making it easy to do that. So tell us about some of the ways.
Yeah, absolutely. So Kara and myself and our team has worked very hard right from the get-go. From when we closed our doors, the very next day, we're working hard to bring services online to all of our members and new members that we've actually been getting, which is super awesome, which I'll talk about in just a moment. But the number one thing that we're doing right now is we're bringing virtual classes, right? So at the gym, we would have a lot of people come to classes. Now we can have even more people come to class, because you guys can have your space in your living room, in your kitchen, whatever, wherever you need to work out. So virtual classes, wherever you're at, exactly. So we got like total body conditioning. We even have a bar class still, Pilates, and we're bringing in more classes moving forward. So you guys can stay tuned for that. But classes is a huge thing that we're doing. Another thing is we're still doing personal training. From before we were even Sozo Family Fitness, we were Sozo Personal Fitness with personal training. And so we always want to keep that, and we have. So we brought all of our PT clients and transitioned them into virtual training. And so we still meet up with them one-on-one in their home, right? Virtually, of course, right? Social distancing.
Appropriate, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But we still meet up with them. We give them customized workouts, and we're still right there with them. And we actually took it upon ourselves to get all of their equipment set up, and then they came by and picked it up, and then they have equipment at home that we gave them. So there's really no excuse. So we're trying to just keep everybody moving as much as we can control.
Yeah, so that's awesome. So let's say I was a new client, I'm coming in and I kind of am going, you know what, I know that I need to, because, okay, I'm in a situation where we had freshman 15, I'm probably getting quarantine 15 is where we're at.
Yeah.
So one of the things, if you're new and you maybe don't belong to Sozo yet, or you haven't heard it and you're watching this for the first time and you're going, okay, this is kind of cool. I want to kind of know, how do I get hooked up with a virtual trainer? So what would they do?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to go down the personal training route, you'd want to be able to contact us directly, and me specifically. So you can contact us, at sozofamilyfitness@gmail.com. And what we would do first is I would just have the consultation would be free. We would just meet up virtually or over the phone, whatever's easiest. And we would just talk. We talk about where you at, what can you do? Like, do you have kiddos running around? Like, what time works best for you? What do you want to accomplish right now? So I would more specifically lay everything out of what we can do and what trainer I believe would be best for them. So the immediate step would be either to email us at sozofamilyfitness@gmail.com, or you can even call me directly on my cell phone. I'm totally okay with that.
Brave guy.
Yeah, so I'm going to throw the number out there, 248-875-9553. 248 is a Michigan number.
Okay, wait a minute. Give it to me again and I'll put it on the screen. I didn't have that.
That's okay. 248-875-9553, and that's the Detroit area. So that's that area.
The Detroit area. Okay.
Yeah, but they can just contact us directly if they want to go down the personal training route. Now, if they do want to go down the route with using classes, they don't even necessarily have to contact me directly. You just go onto our website, sozofitnessgym.com, and it's just a one-time payment of $40, and you get all of our classes for 30 days online. You get them live, and then you also do get access to our Facebook group, which is our exclusive group just for members. And we have other features on there, too, that we like to kind of reveal after the fact, just to kind of get people interested. But we have so many fantastic things to get everybody moving, right?
Yeah. Well, I love that everything that you're describing totally sounds like you are meeting the client where they're at, right? So you've designed kind of two different routes, but it's still very much about what works for the client. And that's why I love Sozo Family Fitness. You know, I told you I'm not a worker outer. I will 100% say that. But just knowing that there is a group out there or a gym out there that will meet me where I'm at. And I think that's huge, especially during right now. How cool would it be to come out of quarantine and you're looking like best summer body ever, right? And it's coming out without even having to walk into a gym. So that's fantastic. Now, you have several trainers, right? So you just said that you would kind of pick the right one. And what does that mean? Does that mean, you're all going for one type, or does that mean you got different trainers that specialize in different ways?
Yeah, for sure. So all of our trainers during this time obviously have to adapt to limited resources with equipment and whatnot. But no matter which trainers, we have I'm one of the trainers, but we also have a couple other trainers like Ryan and Terrence. Shout out to those guys. They're doing a fantastic job. But no matter what you're trying to work on, like Terrence, it's really good at helping people that might have an injury and they're trying to rehab that. So he does a really good job helping with people with balance and just getting going with it all. And then Ryan does a really good job just building foundational strength, like doing the basics, but doing them super, super well and seeing the results come from that. So either guy is fantastic, but I like to kind of use my discernment to see what would be best for that individual.
Well, I love that it's customizable in that way. I think that that's awesome. And I love that you said you've got different classes. So you're saying like online, you said you've got bar and is there a particular one that you would recommend that's a great like beginner class, something that's a great advanced class? What's something you'd recommend for people to check out?
Yeah, that's a fantastic question. That's what we get from a lot of people is they can be kind of intimidated at first. And I would say right now where our class schedule is at, total body conditioning would kind of be the more advanced class. But I would say that bar on Monday mornings would probably be the best class to join into. You're definitely going to be moving. Your heart rate's going to get up, but it's not super intense as far as the weight or then we get a lot of good modifications. But I would say bar would definitely be the best class to go into. But we do have Pilates as well. It's kind of a Pilates fusion that blends Pilates and yoga. So that'd be kind of at times it'd be challenging, right? Holding certain poses, but I think anybody could definitely do that class as well.
Well, I'm going to tell you, yoga will surprise the heck out of you because I took a class with Kari and she calls it her faux yoga class. But I took that class and I'm telling you, I was like, again, I'm going to use the word dying, but Kara's going to make fun of me for that. But it works you. You think all those stretches aren't that bad. And then the next day,
you're
like, whoa, I didn't even know I had that. I was not aware of that little part of my body. So that's awesome. Al Kuhn has a great question for you. He says, what can y'all do for elderly folks?
For elderly folks. So again, I mean, I wouldn't necessarily limit doing classes. You can always give it a shot. I think personal training would be a great route. Again, that's where we can come in and meet them at right where they're at, whether they have a lot of injuries or they just want to move kind of more of in a basic way. But I would also touch on another thing that we do. So on our Facebook exclusive group, we do have different at-home workouts on there. So they're not PT and they're not personal training. It's not personal training and it's not classes either. It's just you can do these workouts whenever. So I would say going and liking that or joining that group, if you're a member, would be a great option for the elderly population.
Cool. Fantastic. Well, I heard a rumor that you might have some demonstrations for us. Is this true?
Yeah, absolutely. So I would love to take you guys through, it's a really simple workout that I developed for you guys to do. You don't need any equipment whatsoever. And if you do want to join in with me doing it, we're not going to go through the whole thing. We're going to do a little bit. You don't have to, but if you have the space, just go ahead and clear a little bit out. And you guys are going to do it with me just a little bit. It'll be nice and quick. But
I've got yoga pants. I'm good. I've got yoga pants. I'm ready.
All right, Nicole, are you going to do it? If you are, I'll leave us on the screen. If not, I'll make it just
leave us on
him.
the screen.
Okay.
Focus on Beau.
It'll just be Beau. I got you. Okay.
Do not put me on the screen.
There we go. Awesome. Cool. So like I said, it's going to be a nice and simple workout. All you need is space and yourself. So it's just body weight. So you're going to be totally fine. I'm going to take my jacket off real quick and we're going to get started into it. So what we're going to do, it's going to be 6 different exercises. Okay, we're going to focus on upper and lower body and then our midsection. So first thing that we're going to do is going to be push-ups, and I'll give you different variations for all of these exercises. So number 1 is going to be push-ups. You're just going to go down onto the ground and a nice standard push-up. Hands about shoulder width apart. Okay, you're going to go up on your toes. What you want to focus on is keep your elbows in nice and tight. Down, back up.
Yeah, we're not doing this with you.
No,
we are, but we're not showing everybody.
I was going
to. Exactly. And push-ups on your toes can be a little challenging. So what you can do is you can always go down to your knees. So you just want to start on your toes and then just bend your knees, go down, and then bend your elbows just like before. And that's a really good exercise to work on your triceps, so the back of your arms, and your chest and shoulders a little bit as well. Okay. So what we're going to do next is actually focus on our backside or posterior. So if we're sitting down a lot, our butt can get kind of lazy. So we want to do what's called glute bridges to get our butt into it, okay? So what you're going to do, I'm going to tip you guys down just a slight bit more. I want to make sure you guys can see.
Perfect.
So what you're going to do is you're just going to lay down, okay, on your back, hands on the ground just like so, okay, and pull your toes off the ground slightly. And from here, it can kind of look weird, but you're just trying to focus on squeezing your butt, driving your hips up, squeeze as hard as you can, kind of like you're cracking a walnut between your butt cheeks, okay? Drive it up, squeeze, back down, okay? And this is a pretty simple version. If you want to make it harder, you can bring your legs out a little further, drive up, and then back down. So that'd be good for your lower body there, okay? What we're going to do next is one of my favorite posture movements, which is going to be a bent over W. So with that, what you're going to do, feet about shoulder width, push your butt back, bend your knees a little bit, hands together like you're saying a prayer, and then you're going to open up, squeeze your shoulder blades, kind of like you're going skydiving, back together, open up, back together. We're really trying to focus on those postural muscles in your upper back, okay? Number 4, which is my favorite movement of all time, is a squat. So what you're going to do, feet about shoulder width, toes out a little bit, and then hands out in front for more balance. And then from here, we're just going to go down, bend your knees, keep your chest up, and then all the way up. My head's out of frame, sorry about that. But back down, bend your knees, back up, okay? And that's going to be really good for your quads. If doing it, just standing up is too hard, you can do it where you go down and you sit down, maybe on your couch or a chair. That's totally fine. And then back up, okay? Now, these next two, actually to kind of, to Al Kuhn's point, these next two exercises are really good for the elderly to help engage their midsection and protect their lower back, which is a very, very common place of injury. So what we're going to do first is called a bird dog exercise. It's going to be for your midsection and your butt. So what you're going to do, you're going to go down onto all fours, and kind of like you're at a tabletop. From here, take one arm, reach forward with the fist, and then you want to put your opposite leg, and you're going to kick it back. You're going to get nice and long, and you're going to hold here, abs tight as hard as you can, kind of squeezing your back glute, and then back in. So you're going out, nice and long, working on your balance a little bit so you're not falling all over the place, and back in, okay? And then the last thing, really simple, but really effective, is going to be a side plank. So all you're going to do, your elbow underneath your shoulder, legs straight, and then from here, lift up. And you can always reach up to the ceiling, make it a little more challenging. If that's too much on your knees, you can bend your knees and then lift up into the ceiling again, right here. All right?
Awesome.
So those are 6 exercises that are pretty basic, but if you do them, often you'll work your entire body. And with this workout, since it's just body weight, you really can do this 3 up to 6 times per week. And you, like Nicole was talking about, your body will get used to it and get accustomed to it, just like that spin bike seat.
Awesome.
So how many repetitions of each thing? So is it like you do?
Yeah. Great question, for sure. So what I did is I made it really simple for this. Is it's going to be 10 reps for each exercise. Okay, so just 10 reps, super simple.
Look at him take notes.
I am. I'm totally going to do this and report back and let you know.
All right.
I love it. That's awesome.
It's going to be hard, but I'm going to make the kids do it too. So I'll have some pictures of
Well,
the kids.
and if anybody missed any of that, our program will be on our page, and they can always go back and rewatch it and write down some notes like Nicole did.
I did. I took notes. I figured out very quickly that me actually getting down and doing it was probably not wise. But
Right.
me paying attention and taking notes, and then I will do it later, and I will report back to you too for accountability.
Okay.
That's my thing, right? Accountability. That's a big deal with working out. So I love that. That's another thing that Sozo offers you. I have no problem admitting that I may or may not have completely not taken advantage of my membership for 6 months. And they were so sweet and gave me the cutest little call. They were like, hey, we're just checking on you. We haven't seen you. And we just wanted to let you know that we're still here for you. I mean, they had this going forever and never told me anything, but they were very sweet and just said, we want to make sure you're meeting your goals. And if there's anything we can do. And I love that. I love that level of accountability. So
Yeah, and that's one thing that we want all of our members and all new members to know is that we will never make somebody feel bad for not, taking a class or not being there consistently. We just want to celebrate when they are there, right? We want to reach out to them because we genuinely care about them. We want them to be healthy for their sake, and we just want to help them get there.
And Nancy Williamson says she wants to watch Nicole do hers a couple times a week.
I saw that
She
comment.
can go
Nancy,
live.
Okay, Nancy, just be prepared. I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to call you out. We're going to start a Sozo challenge. This is what's going to happen.
Let's go.
This just happened. Be prepared, Nancy. You're getting called out, friend. It's happening.
I love it.
Funny.
So good.
I've been fixing to start, she said.
Well, and I think that one of the great things about the way you guys are doing your class with your class pass, doing it on Zoom where everybody can put their cameras in and see each other, you're going to get more social interaction than you would just watching a video and doing an exercise at home basically by yourself. Being on the Zoom meeting, you're not just there with the instructor watching, you're actually seeing your friends, which you probably miss seeing at the gym.
I miss seeing my friends. I agree. I also love the fact that, when you're talking about getting healthier and meeting people where they're at and stuff like that, it's that community that keeps people going back, especially for me, like the type of person that I am. I need that accountability. I need those friendships and that sort of social interaction to keep me going. So I love that in a time of where we're talking about social distancing and keeping apart, here's this great local business that's creating a way for us to be healthy and stay together. And the other thing that I would add is that when you're supporting Sozo, you're supporting like our local people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everybody, the trainers, the business owner, it's all shaping people. People that go to the gym, you keep the doors open, it's all locals. So I love that. You guys are a great example of the type of business that we love seeing. Kara approves of the Sozo challenge, so apparently it's starting to think.
So I have one more quick question. I had put up on the screen the things that you had told me that you guys were doing, the virtual class pass, an exclusive Facebook group, and of course the virtual personal training. But the one thing that you didn't touch on that I'm kind of curious about, because I think this is another social interaction. You have a Zoom hangout party. Can you tell me about what that is?
Yeah, and that's one thing that I was actually just going to touch on from your guys' point of having that community, right? So a huge part of our classes is not just the class like you guys were talking about, but also what you guys are talking about, like the 10 to 15 minutes before. People just come in, like we use Zoom, so everybody can see each other's faces and you guys can tell each other stories. And it's been really moving because, this is impacting people in a deep, heartfelt way where they're being separated from people. So it's been awesome to see our community come together. But to your point, as far as the Zoom hangout party, so that's the beautiful thing about our Facebook group and being a member is that we're working on different things than just working out. Like Sozo means to be whole, right? And we know that we're not just physical, we're emotional, right? We're mental, we want to connect. And so we're definitely gonna be working on ways where we can interact as a community. It's not even about working out, it's just about being together. And so we are actively seeking how to do things like that. And just like you're talking about, to boost the community as a whole, not just Sozo. So we're trying to reach out and appeal to the whole person as much as possible.
Awesome.
But we love
that.
Such a good question, Karen. Awesome.
There you go. Awesome.
That was an awesome way to end the interview. We're at 24 minutes. You did an excellent job, including the demonstration. I love it. We are starting the Sozo challenge, so I'm going to do it. It's not going to be pretty, but I'm going to take my pictures. I'm going to send them, and I'm challenging Nancy, so be prepared, girl. I'm coming at you.
So real quick, I'm going to put the email address. I couldn't get the word out. The email address on the screen again.
And Nancy pinned your cell phone. So if people have questions about...
Yes, I have the phone pinned in the comments. And everybody can follow you guys on Facebook. Would be very helpful as well. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, our general page is just Sozo Family Fitness, and then once you do become a member, you get to go on the Sozo Strong community page, or group rather, excuse me. Yeah.
Perfect.
Sweet. Well, this was awesome, ladies. Thank you so much. I had a blast.
Before you get off, Beau, we have a groupie question, which is where is the baby? See, I already got to see the baby. Is she sleeping? Did we already put her in?
She was right there, but I didn't want to have a potential interruption. So if I can get her in like 10 seconds, is that okay?
Yeah. Yeah. We want to see everybody wants to see the baby.
The people want the baby. That's right. I saw Peyton earlier, so I was on top of it. I got to see the baby. She's beautiful. For those that don't know, Beau, him and his lovely wife Olivia just had Peyton 3 months ago. So she is still itty bitty and beautiful and adorable. And thank you for asking the question now, because I know everyone's going to love seeing her as much as I did. I enjoyed getting to see her.
There she is.
So she's just waking up, so hopefully she doesn't cry. But this is Peyton Jean Wolf right here. She's 3 months old, and she's the greatest thing that ever was.
Oh, she certainly is. She's beautiful. Congratulations, Beau and Olivia. She is precious.
Awesome.
Yeah. She brings us so much joy. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Beau. We've enjoyed having you on the show today, and thank you for doing the exercises and so forth for us.
Yeah, my absolute pleasure. Thank you so much. Anytime.
All right, you have a good one.
We'll see you later. Bye, Beau. Bye, Peyton.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Oh, what an awesome interview.
I know. See, the thing is, though, we can't bring babies like that on there because then I get baby fever and my husband's been failing. So we're not allowed to do that anymore. She's just too cute. Too cute. Too precious.
She is adorable. Absolutely.
So a couple things that we need to remind people of, right? So after that awesome interview.
Today is Takeout Tuesday, and I don't know if everyone's aware of this, but Sonic is doing half-price cheeseburgers after 5, and it's now after 5. And that will be tonight and every Tuesday. You can get that deal through the app or mentioning it in the drive-thru.
Perfect.
So I thought I'd throw that out there.
I think the app is like the easiest thing to use when it comes to Sonic because you don't even have to touch them or pay them. You just get to doop, doop, doop.
Yep.
And it's so awesome because you can pay right there. So definitely try and take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And I did get on the Board of Education call this morning and listened to hear what was going on with the education side. I guess we had mentioned that yesterday on our show. May 15th. For anyone who's got seniors, that's when you have to have all your work completed in order to graduate. That was the biggest takeaway.
May 15th. Okay.
Yeah, May 15th
is the date. Okay. Well, that's good to know.
There was other things that they went over as well, but I think the biggest takeaway from that is just that right now they still have not set a definite date for school to go back into session. It's currently the end of April. Within the next week or so, that may change. But as of now, it has not extended, but it's still the end of April.
Right. And we're seeing some really promising numbers coming out of New York. They're starting to reduce their numbers. So hopefully that's a good sign. You know, we've talked about it, that we were kind of on the tail end. So our peak is probably still coming. But just to know kind of time period wise, and the more data we can get on this thing, certainly the better off that's going to be for all of us. Because that's really what the problem is not having the information. So that's great. Yep. We do have a town hall being offered by the Chamber of Commerce that is featuring Congressman Huggins or Representative Huggins
and Nathan Ballantyne. I saw that.
Nathan Ballantyne. So if you're out there and you want information on that, if you're a chamber member, I actually think they might be opening it outside of chamber members as well. You can go on and follow the chamber Facebook page, and that will have information about that as well. But you do have to pre-register. So it's one of those pre-register, you get your login information, you log in, and then you're able to attend. And that's a town hall event. So we want to try and promote that as much as possible. And they're also doing a fundraiser right now, too. So I think there's 2 more days for that fundraiser going on.
Cool.
Yeah. What else you got?
That's it. I'm good.
All right. Well, tomorrow we have Wow Wednesday.
Wow Wednesday. Yes, we've got some good things to talk about.
If you don't know what Wow Wednesday is, it is the day that we get to brag on people. I think it might be I really like Fun Friday, but I really like Wow Wednesday too. It's a really great opportunity to nominate people that are local or someone that's doing something incredible. We've shared some really great stories. It's just a positive, uplifting show, so we enjoy when people kind of come on and hang out with us. And if you're new, that's what we do, and we'd love to see you.
Yep, and make sure that you get us that information. If you do, I just put our email address on the screen.
Perfect.
And other than that, I think we're going to have our Fun Friday game. We were going to talk a little bit about that, but we're right at 30 minutes, and I think we'll have to just tease them again and make them wait till tomorrow.
All right, tomorrow. Wow Wednesday, we're going to talk about our game
We'll
on Friday.
talk about our Friday game tomorrow. Promise. We'll make time for it.
Yes, you're going to want to watch. All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye, Nicole.
You.
Cheers.
Bye. Cheers.